Let's get right into it. Number 4, motivation is a mood. Motivation is cute. It shows up like a dramatic movie character, gives you a speech about this is your year, then disappears the second your alarm clock goes off. We treat motivation like it's some sacred force, like one day it'll descend from the sky, tap you on the forehead, and suddenly you'll love waking up at 5 a.m., eating vegetables, and working out. But motivation is basically just a mood, and moods are unreliable. They change because of sleep, weather, hunger, one weird text message, or the fact that your neighbor decided to drill into the wall at 7 a.m. Your brain runs on something called dopamine, this might be rewarding chemical. When you feel inspired, dopamine spikes. You imagine success. You picture abs, money, applause, the highlight reel. But the moment things get slightly uncomfortable, dopamine dips. Suddenly the couch looks like a spiritual calling. Your brain switches from future reward to immediate comfort. Because biologically, your brain doesn't care about your 5-year plan. It cares about survival and saving energy. And historically, conserving energy kept humans alive. It did not care about your gym membership. So when you rely on motivation, you're basically waiting for good weather to build a house. Some days the sun shines, most days it rains, and you're standing there with bricks like, I'll start tomorrow. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't ask how you feel. It shows up in sweatpants with messy hair and says, we're doing this anyway. No inspirational music, no dramatic speeches, just repetition. Motivation gets you excited, discipline gets you results. One is fireworks, the other is plumbing. And guess which one actually keeps the house running? Number 3, your brain hates effort. Imagine deciding to change your life. New habits, new routines, new mindset. You're ready. Your brain? Not impressed. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain is designed to avoid unnecessary effort. It's not lazy, it's efficient. Evolution didn't reward the caveman who said, you know what, let me do extra cardio for fun. It rewarded the one who conserved energy unless a tiger was involved. So when you try to wake up earlier, study longer, or stick to a diet, your brain treats it like a software update it didn't approve. It prefers habits because habits are automatic. Automatic means less thinking. Less thinking means less energy burned. The prefrontal cortex, the logical, adult part of your brain wants long-term success. But the older, emotional part, it wants comfort now, sugar now, sleep now, scroll now. And when those two argue, comfort usually wins. Because comfort is loud. It screams, discipline whispers. This is why discipline matters. It's basically you training your brain to shut up and sit down. Every time you do something you don't feel like doing, you strengthen neural pathways that say, we act based on decisions, not feelings. At first, it feels like dragging a couch up a staircase by yourself. Heavy, slow, annoying. But repetition turns effort into routine, routine into identity. Eventually, the thing that once felt painful becomes normal, and your brain stops throwing tantrums because it realizes this is just what we do now. Discipline is not about being superhuman. It's about overriding ancient software that still thinks you're hunting mammoths instead of chasing goals. Your brain wants comfort. Discipline wants growth. Only one of them actually changes your life. Number 2, identity beats feelings. Here's where it gets weird. Most people try to change their behavior without changing their identity. They say, I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to wake up early. I'm trying to be consistent. Trying is cute. Trying is temporary. Identity is dangerous. When you identify as someone who works out, you don't negotiate with yourself every morning. When you see yourself as disciplined, skipping feels wrong. Not because it's illegal, but because it's off-brand. Your brain is obsessed with consistency not in behavior, but in self-image. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance, that uncomfortable itch you feel when your actions don't match who you think you are. If you believe you're lazy, your brain will quietly prove it. If you believe you're disciplined, it will search for evidence to support that too. It's like your mind is constantly editing a documentary about you, and it wants the story to make sense. So discipline isn't just about forcing action, it's about casting yourself in a different role. Instead of asking, do I feel like doing this? The disciplined brain asks, what does someone like me do? That tiny shift is powerful, because feelings are temporary, identity is sticky. Feelings say, I'm tired. Identity says, I don't miss sessions. Feelings say, just this once. Identity says, that's not how we operate. And the crazy part, identity is built from small wins, tiny actions, kept promises. Every time you do what you said you would do, your brain updates the story. You're not building habits. You're building a character. And once that character becomes real, discipline stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like alignment. Number 1, discipline is freedom. This is the part nobody believes at first. Discipline feels restrictive. It feels like rules, alarms, structure, saying no, doing things when you don't want to. It looks like a cage. But zoom out. The person who can't control their sleep schedule, controlled by exhaustion. The person who can't control their spending, controlled by debt. The person who can't control their habits, controlled by impulses. That's not freedom, that's reaction mode. Discipline is choosing your discomfort instead of letting life choose it for you. When you wake up early on purpose, you control your time. When you train your body consistently, you control your health. When you stick to your word, you control your reputation, especially with yourself. Because here's the quiet psychological punchline. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your brain lowers its trust in you. It starts treating your goals like empty threats, like background noise. But when you follow through, even on small things, your brain upgrades you. Oh, we actually do what we say. That internal trust is powerful. It reduces anxiety. It increases confidence. Not the loud, motivational speaker kind. The calm kind. The I've handled worse kind. Motivation is emotional. It spikes and crashes. Discipline is structural. It holds. It's the difference between being carried by waves versus learning to swim. One depends on conditions. The other works in storms. And once discipline becomes automatic, something strange happens. You don't feel restricted. You feel in control. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.